about both of you. Hi, everyone. A very good evening to all of you and a warm welcome on Madhavi's Luxury Code Daunt. I hope you're all keeping safe and being indoors. Pray and wish that all of us stay safe and come out with this pandemic in a brave manner. I'm sure this too shall pass. We are going through some very unprecedented crisis right now. It's once in a century kind. And that's why, this time I decided to start a positive support group and started this initiative. So where we have today Kanchan Rai, who's a mental wellness coach. And I'm also going to surprise you that Dr. Rajni Agarwal from FIBE is also joining us today here. So let me introduce Kanchan Rai to all of you. Kanchan Rai is one of India's leading emotional and mental well-being coach and also an ambassador for PM's Fit India initiative and Harvard Business School graduate, founder of Let Us Talk. This initiative plays a facilitative role along with offering tools for people to deal with overcoming overwhelming emotions. We all have seen her talks with distinguished guests as Shri Ravi Shankar ji, Sister Shivani, cricketer Yuvraj Singh, and Shikhar Dhawan, Vivek Oberoi, Sonu Nigam, Governor of Karnataka, and many others. So today we are going to have a very interesting session on mental well-being of the people, especially around this time. We also have Rajni Agarwal ji, as I just mentioned. So let me brief a bit about Rajni ji to all of you. Rajni Agarwal ji is a first generation successful entrepreneur awarded by President of India, a mentor, a business coach, and heading the pioneer organization of the country, Federation of Indian Women Entrepreneurs. And her mission is to help 10,000 women entrepreneurs to achieve their goal in life and help them in their growth, called FIBE. She is the president of the Federation of Indian Women Entrepreneurs. So let's all welcome Kanchan Rai and Rajni ji. Hi, Kanchan.
Hello, Madhavi. How are you?
Very well. Hi, Rajni ji. Good evening.
Hi everybody. Hello. Nice to see you all after a long time.
Yeah. And just
That with such a railway dabba in which we are living these days,
yeah,
sometime out of the out of the door, out of the window, looking outside, coming back, and again sitting in your room, लगता है ऐसे कि रेलवे कंपार्टमेंट में बैठे हुए हैं और उस कंपार्टमेंट से निकल कर आज जब बैठ के यहाँ बात करें तो बड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है. लुकिंग कि हाँ
absolutely.
चलो हम कुछ
Yeah.
देख पा रहे हैं.
लोग
Warm
हैं आजू
welcome.
बाजू.
Yeah, it's a support initiative with each other's support. We can stay positive, motivated, and give strength and get strength by being for each other. So today, Kanchan, first of all, I think the audience and we all would like to know from you, rather than me asking a question from you, I would like to ask you that around this pandemic time, what are the kind of queries maximum that you're getting from the people? Like, what is it that is bothering them the most? If you can tell about that.
So the first question actually was taken by Rajni ji herself. उन्होंने बताया कि आजकल सबको यही लगता है कि we are staying in a railway का डब्बा. So most of people here, like those who ever come to me, they are always like, we can't go out, we can't meet our friends, and it becomes very monotonous sitting at home, performing our duties. It's like, working from home, eating at home, and everything is inside the home. So how should we manage, this stress of not going out, and how do we manage, like, how do we convince ourselves, like, not going is okay? So this is number one, a very most common question which we answer. So answer if I have to give of this question would be like, don't consider that you are at home. Consider that you are in your own space. आप जितना सोचोगे कि मैं घर के अंदर हूँ, you will feel like ये क्या हो रहा है, ये क्या हो रहा है. But try to get your into a comfort zone inside your home, because end of the day जब हम कहीं से बाहर से भी आते हैं, so first thing we always look forward is like, going to home, relaxing at home. So kindly consider and develop that kind of feeling, which is very important. सेकंड, आप घर में रह के भी बहुत सारी चीजें कर सकते हैं. अगर आप अपने फ्रेंड से फिजिकली नहीं कनेक्ट हो रहे हैं तो प्लीज इमोशनली कनेक्ट होने का ट्राई कीजिए, विच इज अगेन वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आपको सबसे मिलने के लिए मना किया हुआ है, पर्सनली मिलने के लिए मना किया हुआ है, लेकिन आपको इमोशनली कनेक्ट करने के लिए किसी ने मना नहीं किया है. ट्राई टू टॉक एज मच एज पॉसिबल, एंड इफ पॉसिबल थ्रू वीडियो कॉल्स, so that you have the eye contact, and at least you will be able to see them, feel them. So don't ever consider कि हम लोग जा नहीं सकते तो हमें बात नहीं करनी है. Please involve emotional talkings as much as possible. Third, even if you are at home, try to give space to yourself. मैंने सुना है, हमारे घर में इतना काम रहता है, बच्चे हैं, ये है, वो है. मुझे तो लगता है I have no me time. So no one else is going to get you that me time. जब तक आप खुद नहीं चाहोगे, जब तक आप खुद try नहीं करोगे, जब तक आप खुद उसके लिए अपने efforts नहीं डालोगे, आपको नहीं मिलेगा. तो आप कितने भी हजल बजल में हो, आपका घर कितना भी छोटा, कितना भी बड़ा क्यों ना हो, लेकिन प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट यू हैव सम मी टाइम आउट ऑफ 24 आवर्स, जिसमें आप सिर्फ वही काम करें जो आपको पसंद है, वही चीजें करें जो आपको पसंद है, बिना किसी के रोक टोक के, बिना किसी के इंटरफेरेंस के. एंड वंस यू हैव दैट रूटीन सेट, वंस यू आर सेट इनफ टू हैव गुड क्वालिटी मी टाइम विद इन योर ओन होम, आई एम श्योर आपको लगेगा नहीं कि हम लोग एक कंजस्टेड सी जगह में है और हम लोग बाहर नहीं जा पा रहे हैं. So I think,
Right.
yeah, this was a very important question जो लोग आजकल बात करते हैं.
Very, very well said and expressed, and I'm sure a lot of audience is convinced with what Kanchan just said, and especially Rajni ji, we just started with this conversation that we are all feeling that we are in a compartment, and from kitchen to the room to the dining room to all these areas, we are just walking around, and not much physical activity is also happening. The reason being, if it's in the air, that's more scary. We'll come to that question, and before that, Rajni ji, I mean, like you being the president of the FIVE organization, Federation of Indian Women Entrepreneurs all over the world, we are going through this pandemic globally. I would like to ask you, Rajni ji, that what are the kind of anxiety or queries that internationally also about the pandemic that you have been getting from the people all over the world?
I'll tell you, Madhavi, this is a very, very mixture feelings, because first of all, it is your mindset. If your mindset is okay, we take this as an opportunity. If our mindset is really, really, we are negative, we are thinking all, everything is a burden, because at times women has to do all the household chores herself, because nobody is coming from outside, and you are trying that. Naturally घर में husband भी है, बच्चे भी हैं, आपके in-laws भी हैं, parents भी हैं, so you have to look after everyone. तो वो जो extra burden women के ऊपर आया है, after though she has been always doing multitasking, but in spite of it, I feel that this is an opportunity where, apart from whatever our household core, our daily routine course we first finish, we have to keep our mindset in a way that this is an opportunity, and how we should make use of this opportunity. This is the time to introspect. This is the time to look into your work. This is the time, if ever you had any kind of innovation in mind, this is the time when you should really spend time with that innovation, so that when it starts, we take that forward, and we are prepared and we are ready with it. So I feel it's more of a mindset than anything else. What, I'm just going to share this thing. Since 2013, I've been thinking of writing a book, and I have never been doing it. And I wrote a lot of pages. 13, 14, when I look into my diary, I find I have written about 100, 200 pages, written pages. Now, I thought, well, this is the right time, because I could not do it earlier. I should do it now. So these kind of, whatever aspirations you have, whatever willingness you ever had in your mind to do something which you could never do because of lack of time, this is a good opportunity to do that.
Absolutely.
And it's a good opportunity to spend good time, good quality time to spend with your husband, with your children, which otherwise, out of our very hectic schedule, we are never able to spend time with them. This is
Right.
what I feel. I'm sure a lot of people will agree with that.
Right. I mean, staying positive, that's what the talk is all about actually today, that we want to make sure that we all stay positive and we try and motivate others despite the crisis that we are going through. It's an effort so that all of us stay motivated. And Kanchan, I would like to ask you about this, that what is your suggestion to the so many mothers who had been already multitasking, that how do they not feel bad about confined to the house, taking care of the in-laws, family, everything, all the other added on responsibilities, which probably when they were going to work was shared, and now it's come on to them, everything.
See, as I said earlier, we should always, Rajni also said the same thing. We should always see opportunity. We should always see brighter side of the picture. And I really, girls or women who are going out, who were going out and who were given, a space of work and home, and they were able to manage their home and work simultaneously at the same time because there was a boundary. Now we see, because everyone is working from home, there is no boundary. It's like, even while going to office, you would finish your home work by 5:36, but it has been seen like when you are working from home, your work stretched till 7:30. So first of all, try to create that boundary, even if you are not going to your office, even if you are not jumping out of your house, but give, or define define a proper boundary, like this is the time where I have to work, this is the time where I have not to work. If I'm saying work, please consider office work here, because otherwise we know, like, we have all this work which is ongoing thing. So please define a boundary, please set your time in a way when you are doing your office work, like you are doing in the office time, or like you are doing when you were out in the office, you are not getting disturbed. So same thing happens right now as well. Second, as I said earlier, please try to maintain your mental peace. That is very important. As Rajni ji also said, mindset is really, really very important. So please give yourself break. If you are feeling, I am not able to cope up, एक दिन झाड़ू पोछा नहीं लगेगा घर में, that is completely fine. But अगर आपके दिमाग में जरा सा भी stress आ गया, which is like, not a good thing, तो आपको life long करना पड़ेगा या लंबे time तक सफर करना पड़ेगा, which I am sure none of us will want. So give some time to yourself, breathe properly, breathe in the sense, spend some time with yourself. That is very important. Define your roles and regularities. Like earlier, I know there were many women who would shy of asking help, like, कि मुझे ये काम करना है तो मुझे ही करना है. In spite of being so tired, in spite of, you know, uh, in spite they have worked so long, but still they would do. I would ask them to involve your family members accordingly, like, अगर आप घर में हैं, आपका ऑफिस है, ask your husband to take care of your children for a while if he is free. Ask your mother-in-law to, at least go and check in the kitchen what is happening if she is not able to do it. Try to delegate your work. Don't take each and everything upon yourself, because if you will take everything upon yourself and you will not be having time enough to spend with yourself, for yourself, definitely you are not going to take it for a very long time. So you also need a breathing time, you also need a space, and make sure that you have that space, you have that time, which is absolutely yours time, nothing else.
Beautiful, lovely. A very good advice that I think you should delegate more work to everyone in the family, then it gets a bit easier. And we have a lot of people who have joined in. Vicky is saying hi, Jyoti is saying hi, Vikram Sethi is saying hi, Shubham is saying hi. And Jasleen is saying that it is all about work-life balance is what you mean, Kanchan Rai, well said. And now I would like to ask two positive people who are here on the show with us. Something like that, all of us are going in our families. There is somebody or the other who's sick and who has also been a victim of this pandemic. So, I would like to ask both of you, Rajni ji and Kanchan, that how does one tackle sickness in the family and some calamity that has happened in the family? Because most of the people, if you see, are actually going through it in some way or the other. So, Kanchan, if you can.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll answer.
Kanchan, please. आप बोलिए Kanchan, please बोलिए.
See, we are, all of us are aware situation over any part of India, or I would say world, really. We are stuck in a situation or in a pandemic from more than 1 year now, and still things are not getting streamlined. And every day we get to news like, someone from our known is suffering a lot. He has been hospitalized, or there are many cases where, our loved one and dear ones, like, they left, they couldn't survive this whole situation. So first of all, if I have to talk about people, how to cope up with the loss, it's very difficult. I would not say, like, it's very easy to cope up with the loss. So few things if we can remember. First of all, give your time to accept the fact, and don't try to be strong enough, which you are, which anyone cannot be. If I have lost someone who is very near to me and dear to me, just because I have to show to others that I'm strong and I'm very bold, and I'm not expressing my emotions, or I'm not expressing what I'm going through. It's not a sign of strength. Trust me, it is not at
Hmm.
all a sign of strength. If you are really strengthful, if you are really strong enough, accept whatever is happening, accept whatever loss you have gone through, accept whatever emotions you are having inside you, accept the volcano of anger or volcano of sadness which is there inside you. Let it burst. Don't hold it. So the moment we start holding, the moment we start suppressing, things revolt, things really revolt. And emotions are equally same. So the more we'll suppress our emotions, the more we hold our emotions, they are going to revolt. So don't let that happen. You are not feeling good, accept you are not feeling good. You are sad, we understand everyone is sad, accept you are sad. Just don't portray that this is not affecting you, this is not you are not getting you are strong enough to take it ahead. No, that is not the case. Second, try to talk to people who were also related to the person who is no more with you. So you can actually share the pain. The person, if a person whom you have lost is equally good friend to someone else, try to talk to that friend as well. That will give you a comfort, like you both are going through the same suffering, you both are going through the same pain. That is very important. And the third thing which I'm going to say is absolutely optional, but I have seen this case. This has really helped many people. So the person who is no more with you, try to do something in his memory. Maybe a video call, a Zoom call, or a prayer meeting, or a friends gathering, or a family gathering. Of course, online, where you can talk, you can cherish, you can relish the memories of the person who is not with you. That way, you are remembering that person in a very positive way. You are thinking all the good things he or she was, accepting, or he or she used to say, and try to do something in his or her name, like plant a tree, nurture that tree. Your feelings and your emotions will get directed towards that, and this is how you will be able to balance it in a proper way.
I think very, very well said. And actually, Sushma Roy is also there, and she's saying that it's like a volcano because suddenly, I mean, recently when she's gone through a tragedy of a grandmother, and she says it's important to vent out and don't hold it back, cry, express your emotions, and it's good to be with a friend who empathizes with you, your pain, and maybe do something in the memory of that person which you can celebrate, like probably planting a tree or having a Zoom meeting or something, being close to the people whom the person was also very close. So that's a very good suggestion, and I'm sure it will help many people to come out of their grief. And now, Rajniji, I would like to ask you also on this topic. What would you like to say?
See, I feel that रोना कोई बुरी बात नहीं है. रोना आपके इमोशंस जब बहुत सारे इकट्ठे हो जाते हैं and it becomes as even Sushma has said, it's like a volcano. जब बहुत इकट्ठे हो जाते हैं और वो फिर आपके इंटरनल सिस्टम को डैमेज करना शुरू कर देते हैं. सो इट्स ऑलवेज बेटर टू क्राई आउट. आई नो जो डियर वंस चले जाते हैं उनको हम सब मिस करते हैं और उनके लिए बहुत बुरा महसूस करते हैं, परंतु हमें अपनी लाइफ को आगे चलाना है. उस लाइफ को आगे चलाने के लिए हम अपने आप को सिक नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि हम फिर किसी और के ऊपर बर्डन बन जाएंगे, अपने किसी फैमिली मेंबर के ऊपर. सो इट इज़ मच बेटर दैट अपने उस वेलकनो को थोड़ा सा लाइट करें, रोएं. रोने में कोई बुरी बात नहीं है, इसमें कोई शर्म की बात नहीं है, इसमें कोई दिखावा नहीं है, because this is one emotion which is especially in women is very strong. And I think most of the women, 99%, whatever I have interacted with whomsoever, I find that जब वो रो लेते हैं तो वो इमोशन से उनका जो सारा मेंटल और फिजिकल सिस्टम है वो थोड़ा लाइट हो जाता है, विच इज़ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू क्राई आउट. हम लोगों के लिए,
Absolutely.
स्पेशली वुमेन के लिए. और मेन तो थोड़े से डिफरेंट होते हैं बिकॉज देयर DNA इज एंटायरली डिफरेंट. सो they can still carry on. They go into a shell, they keep quiet, some of them, for some time, and then they get busy into their work because the work is a big focus for them. For us, We are emotionally so connected with the family. We are highly
Right.
connected. One is highly connected with the family. So it is more, she's more concerned, she's more affected, she's more emotionally feels lost about it. So this is what I feel, that we should cry, we
Right.
should talk out to our people, we should talk out to with all the friends around, we should talk to our family, and feel as rightly uh, Kanchan has suggested that we should plant a tree or we should do all those kind of things. Well, this is one part of it. In the
Right.
family, there are some people are going sick. They are already sick, and we are facing that problem. उस प्रॉब्लम को भी बहुत ही बोल्डली हमें फेस करना है. And one thing which I would like to share, please, it is only our mindset जो कोरोना या कोविड हमारे नज़दीक भी आता है. Fear factor is so important. With, I think Kanchan will tell you in detail that fear से अगर कुछ नहीं भी हो रहा होता है तो वो होना शुरू हो जाता है. So fear
Right.
factor has to go out. You cannot go, you don't want to go out of your house because आजकल तो ये होने लगा है कि जी हवा में है. So you do not want to go out of the house, you want to just be around your house, be in your house, take a walk, do the jumping, do the जो आप एक जगह पे खड़े होके जंपिंग करते हैं वो करिए. Any type of yoga which can make your blood do good, and aerobics are the best for it. You can do spot jogging, you can do anything which makes you feel good ultimately. And pranayam is one thing, and of course Kanchan will talk about it much better. And I feel अगर घर में कोई sick person है तो उसको ना burden लें, ना ही उसको हमें किसी तरह से discourage करें. We have to be very very sweet to that person. We have to give her or him moral support. We have to look after them properly, though they are into isolation or they are in hospital, but our connection with that person should be very very good, very strong, very nice. नहीं कि तो अब कोरोना में चले गए हमें कोई मतलब नहीं है. That should not be there, because that's
Right.
very
We are
killing
going
for
to
a person who is lying on the bed.
Yeah, surely we are going to come to that topic as well. And Jyoti is
Yeah.
saying absolutely correct, ma'am. And there are a lot of comments, and I can read justly as Rajni you said that men and women are made biologically different. But Justine is
Yeah.
saying that Dr. Rajni, would you agree? Men also need to be in touch with their emotions. They appear strong, yet the modern man guy, is sensitive these days. I know lots who share their emotions, and some who are like rocks, appearing strong and repelling.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Everyone is different, but we should forget, because since we are different, so they don't cry like we cry. We have all the tears on our faces, and we are all howling and growling. We do that. Men don't do that. Men do, even if they cry, they will silently cry for some time. They will not like to even share at times with you, but of course, emotions are with them also. No doubt about
Absolutely.
it. Hmm.
Yeah, so a lot of people are commenting actually. Sushma is saying that I go for a walk with my pet and I also hug my pet. Exercise and music and journal writing could be a good idea. There are a lot of good ideas that people have mentioned on the group, which later on everyone
Wonderful.
can read. And Jyoti is saying one should speak out. जाने वाले कभी लौट के नहीं आते, बस उनकी यादें आती हैं और उनको चैरिटी करके good feel कर सकते हैं.
Lovely.
Absolutely, Jyoti. And there are other
बिल्कुल
comments
ठीक
which
है.
I'm not able to read right now. As and when I'll be able to read, I will surely read it. Also, put a smile on your face in front of patient. Yes, being positive, that's very important, and staying positive. Be positive. वक्त है, ये भी गुजर जाएगा. I'm so glad to see all of your positive messages, and it's not only helping us, but helping everybody who's watching the show and who will watch it later on. So my dad, who was from Navy, has taught us that life is a train journey. Absolutely. And Kanchan, now I would like to come to you on a question that, a lot of COVID patients who are suffering, and as a layman, some people, like, we don't know how to empathize with them. Maybe they take it in a wrong sense when you tell them, why did you go there? Did you get it because you went there? Or did you get it because of servant or going to the gym? And they take it too hard that God knows what we have got, and they get like, I'm nervous about it. So how to be empathetic to them, and how to handle a patient who's already suffering and to make them feel good and better.
I think this is a very beautiful question, Madhavi. Thank you for asking. If I have to answer this question, I know this may sound rude to many of people here or those who will be listening it afterwards. Just imagine you in that place and ask, like, अगर मैं इस जगह पे होती तो would I answer this question or how would I feel answering these types of question? I know this is very rude to say this, like, कि आप अपने आप को रख के देखो और फिर विचारो कि अगर आपसे ये कोई क्वेश्चन करे तो आपको क्या लगेगा. I know, but it's just a very simple thing for us to understand. Falling sick, falling in a place where nobody wants, it's never a personal choice. We will never want ourselves to suffer. We will never want our near ones and dear ones to suffer. So we have to understand, like, a person who is already suffering or who is already going through this kind of illness, which is like which has created such a fear factor in whole world, and still he is suffering. So instead of asking him or giving him all sorts of ज्ञान कि आपने ये नहीं किया, आपने वो नहीं किया, आपको ऐसा करना चाहिए था, आपको वैसा करना चाहिए था, trust me, it is not helping. It is absolutely not helping. I am sure कि आपके intentions अच्छे हैं, आप उनकी care करते हो, you worry a lot about them, and that is why you are just trying to console them that they are in a very pity space or they are in a very pity place. But trust me, they don't need your pity. What they need from you is your support. What they need from you is your positivity. If you are not able to give any kind of positivity, if you are not able to give them a moral support or emotional support, please stay away. दैट वुड बी द फर्स्ट एडवाइस. अगर आपको लगता है कि आप वहां पे जाके उनसे ही क्वेश्चन करना शुरू कर देंगे कि आप वहां पे गई क्यों, आपको पता है ये सब चल रहा है, आपको शादी में नहीं जाना चाहिए, जिम तो आप बाद में भी कर सकते थे, हेल्दी तो आप बाद में भी हो सकते थे, अभी आपको जाने की क्या जरूरत थी. तो दीज क्वेश्चंस डोंट हेल्प. इंस्टेड यू शुड आस्क कि आप अब हम आपके लिए क्या कर सकते हैं, हाउ यू विल फील गुड. मैं आपके लिए कोई बुक परचेज कर देता हूँ. आई एम सेंडिंग यू फ्यू लिंक्स ऑफ वीडियोस जो आपको देख के मजा आएगा. ये कॉमेडी शो मैंने देखा था, प्लीज वो देखिए, अभी आपके पास टाइम है. Encourage them to do something which is very nice, like encourage them, as Rajni said, to write something or to do something which is very creative. I'm sure many of the patients, they have too much of weakness, because I was also one of them, so I know how does it feel. But at a period of time, you are okay, like you get into a okay zone, but of course quarantine ki wajah se, and then because of the protocol which you have to follow, you can't go out. So try to help someone in during that period. Like there should be some creative where they are all by themselves. They can write journal, they can write book. Maybe they can record whatever they are feeling so that they can hear it later on and then pass it to the someone else who is also going through this. So it's not like we are there to criticize them. Criticism is never an answer. Just try to be a support, a strength support, a moral support, and an emotional support, which is very required. And those who
True.
are already suffering, I mean to say, those who are already having this COVID, or those who are right now also there, please don't lose your morale. This is a COVID, and the more stronger you are mentally, the more stronger you are emotionally, it will be very easy for you to get win over this thing. So I'll just share a very small thing. It is very personal. I got COVID once. I went into hospital. I came back. I again got sick. I went into hospital. Madhavi know this very well.
Yeah,
But
that's
still,
right.
like, doctors used to feel कि ये वाले room में जाके you will be positive. So you don't.
Voice, Kanchan, lost your voice. Can't hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, now,
Uh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, now it's okay.
So
Can you repeat?
don't. I was saying, like, don't just get demoralized. It's because I have COVID. It's not going to happen. Everything is in your mind. The more
Hmm.
strong you are with your mind, the more strong you are with your emotions. Trust me, the fight with COVID is definitely going to be a very easier one, and you are going to win it. So have a strong mindset. Try to be positive during that time, and try to engage into things which are very positive in terms of listening a few affirmations, working upon some comedy movies, or or what do we call, there's a program called law of attraction. We should focus on law of attraction. Whatever we focus, we get back. It is always said, like, universe is like a mirror. What you will give, you will get back. So try to give positive vibes, you will get a positive vibes out of whole universe. So these are very simple things. If we can adopt and try to practice, I'm sure this war would be a bit easy to fight.
Yes, I'm sure it's helping the audience with your replies, and we are going to be more of a support system and more empathetic. And you are a live example here to stay positive and stay strong. Since I know about your experience of going through this thing, and I think there is a person who's asking a question, Mr. SP Agarwal, that how to manage emotional connect with the family and other members. How to have emotional connect which seems missing in family, friends, and relatives? Mr. S.P. Agarwal wants to know that.
अग्रवाल जी, इट्स वेरी सिंपल. हम लोगों को फिजिकली डिस्टेंस रखना है, इमोशनल डिस्टेंस नहीं रखना है. सो देयर इज नो वे कि आप अपने फैमिली को मिस करिए एंड यू कांट डू एनीथिंग. दिस टेक्नोलॉजी हियर इज हेल्पिंग अस सो मच. This modernization has helped us so much. You can talk to your family, you can talk to your friends, you can see them, you can be with them whenever you want. It's like we are just a call away, we are just a video call away for them to see you and feel you and know how you are going through. And इट्स लाइक कनेक्शन मन से होता है. आप अगर मन से कनेक्टेड हैं तो डेफिनेटली आप हमेशा कनेक्टेड रहेंगे. यू डोंट नीड टू गो देयर पर्सनली और फिजिकली फॉर यू टू provide that emotional connect. So emotions are always from your heart, emotions are always within you. Try to show your emotions as much as you can with maintaining a proper social distance. Do use of technology, do use calling, do use video calling, do use web calls where you can see, where you can feel, and where you can have that emotional connect.
Beautiful. And Jyoti Gupta is saying कि मुझे भी हो गया है COVID, but throughout staying positive, chanting Gayatri Mantra and thinking of how she has written, thinking of how I can help people in arranging medicines and oxygen. सोचने का टाइम भी नहीं मिला कब COVID आया और चला भी गया. I agree with you, Kanchan. So we have good inspiration from even the audience as well as, of course, what Kanchan has given us the tips. They're really very, very useful, and I'm sure someone or the other is going through it and will benefit from this conversation. But before we come to the close of the talk show, before we close, I would like to ask Rajniji and Kanchan one question which I really want that everybody should get educated about the vaccine. Do you think it's important to get both the vaccines and it will protect people from getting infected?
I think, हाँ मैं बोल देती हूँ. I think it's very important because I've seen that people who have got both the vaccines, when they get COVID, they are able to steer through because effect is there, but it is light effect. So they are able to steer through and they are able to come out nicely. So I feel that getting COVID jabs are very important. And even if you have got the one done, second also you should get within, I think for Covaxin it is up to 4 weeks, and for Covishield it is up to 8 weeks. So one has to take care of that and get it done, and it's very, very important, I feel. Jabs lagwana is very important.
And one thing I would like to just read about Jasleen, she's writing, Dalai Lama made a very nice point. He shared in one of his chats, I remember, we say we are lonely these days in modern times like these, when you have the net, social media, phone, WhatsApp, video conferencing, and we are and can be in touch with someone. How are people lonely? Staying in touch helps. Absolutely, Jasleen. And now we come back to you about
Are we lost?
Madhavi, I think is not there.
I think one of the network issue. It's fine now.
Madhavi, I feel I was saying in the beginning itself that keeping a very, very, very sweet connection with the patient, number one, and this is the time when we should do a lot of introspection with ourselves. Very important. Then only the bonding can happen. Sometimes husband, wife, even they are so busy in their own lives. Wife is doing her work and husband is doing her work, and we have no time to interact with each other. We have no time to understand each other. So this is a good time which by default we have got. And by default, whatever we have got, let's make use of it. So let's create that affinity, let's create that connection, let's create it. Internal connection, and try to understand what's wrong. Is it possible that I cannot bear what shortcomings the other person has, or what shortcomings I have, and how can we make a system so that we are able to understand, we are able to bear with each other. We are educated people and we can think far more than the other people who are little less educated, because their thinking process is different, because they are more interested in looking after the family requirements, the needs of day to day. we are slightly beyond it. So when we have time, when God has given this opportunity, let's take it in a very positive manner. Let's do the introspection as much as possible. Not only creating affinity with animals, creating affinity with our own people, creating affinity with people we don't know. This is very important, because when we create affinity with the people we do not know, we're expanding our circle. We're
True.
expanding our our energy beyond, limiting ourselves into it. We are going beyond, which is very,
Yeah,
very good part of it, I feel. And Kanchan
absolutely.
can talk more about it.
Wonderful, wonderful, and good advice, definitely. And Kanchan, I wanted to ask you about the jabs. That do you advise people to go for both the jabs, and does that help? So let's see if we can educate a bit about it. I'm sure already people know about it, but then it's always nice when we have a good discussion and we can talk about it.
Yes, absolutely. I think this is very much requirement of time. We should go it. We should encourage people nearby us to go and have this jab. Once it's always better to to be protected rather than curing ourselves. And these vaccines, they really help you to protect. Even if you get COVID after having jabs, you will not. It will not be that severe or that severe, which it could happen without having these vaccines and all. So yes, definitely everyone in your family, everyone in your friend, try to, create an awareness about it. Try to create, the positive sides, all these things which have been described by WHO, UN, everywhere. What are the benefits of having these vaccinations, and spread the awareness about it. And if there is any confusion to anyone, try to think or try to resolve that among the people, those who are not willing to have it. So definitely, I am absolutely a person. Once my antibodies are over because I was already positive, I'll be the first person to go and have myself a vaccine.
Right, and let's hope and pray that these jabs really work like a miracle and all of us get cured with this COVID-19 situation and get protected from it. Also, I would like to say that Freeway, along with the mental wellness coach Kanchan Rai, is coming up with a workshop from Monday onwards. They've been already doing wonderful and getting great response. So, Rajniji, if you could brief a bit about this workshop, which is happening from Monday, and how and where people can register, for how many days it's going to be, how many hours, so that they can get benefited even more. This was a small discussion, but in detail, they can attend the workshop to get more knowledge on mental wellness and keep themselves more, positive around this time.
See, we are very lucky and we are happy that Kanchan Rai will be coming forward to take up this mental wellness program. This program is going to be for 5 days, 1 hour every day. It's a paid program, but it's very, very useful. And 1 hour daily from 5 to 6 o'clock evening PM. And this is going to really tell you that how one can set your mind in such a way that the external effects which are happening around is not going to really kill you internally. Because what I'm thinking, that this is going to be still longer. People are talking about this is a second wave. Now people are expecting third wave. सो हम लोग वी आर ट्राइंग कि कभी हमें बहुत अच्छा लगता है, कभी हमें बहुत खराब लगता है, वी बिकम वेरी वेरी नेगेटिव. तो हाउ टू बी कॉन्स्टेंटली have a positive mindset. This is what Kanchan is going to teach us. This is what Kanchan is going to tell us all about. She's going to scientifically explain that what are the ways how one should think, how one should go around, so that we are able to uh, hold our emotions in a more positive way. So this is what we are planning. The first program we are doing on 10th. The second one we are doing on 17th, and the third one I think is on 24th of May. So whoever wants to join it, please, you are free to register yourself. We have already sent it. Today again I'll be sending to some more people. So once you get it, you can register, start sending us emails, so that last program which we did, because Kanchan wanted to have just limited number of people, so that people can really take it in a very, they are able to grasp it and they are able to make use of it. So Kanchan has stopped it there because we already had a big number. Now this time, that's why we have given 3 programs, 3 sessions for 3 weeks. So anybody who wants to, depending on their convenience, you can join us. So I feel that a lot of people should really come forward.
Yeah, because this is the call of the hour right now. And Kanchan, I would just like to ask you that from these workshops, how the participants are going to get benefited. What is the benefit they'll get out of joining this workshop?
So I'll just answer this question in a very simple way. We go to gyms, we do exercise, and we get benefit out of it physically. These kind of workshops, they are like, working on your brain, they are working on your emotions, so that you are mentally strong, emotionally strong. I would just like to add one point to what Rajni ji said, that these programs will help you to stay motivated. They will help you to understand what is inside you, how it is affecting you, and what are the triggers which are actually, bothering you, to help you understand your own self. But being positive all the time, I know it's absolutely impossible. And we, being a human, we are bound to have many, many emotions, which includes being sad, being not too happy, being in a very bad mood, and that is all acceptable. We'll be teaching you how to accept these different emotions when you are going through different kind of emotions. At the same time, we will provide you some techniques, some meditation, some guidance, so that you are prepared well enough to handle all these kind of stress or anxiety or whatever is bothering you during that particular time. And of course, as Rajni said, I am not in a I'm not in a favor of having too many people, because I want everyone and anyone who is joining these sessions should get maximum benefit out of it. And that is why we have divided this thing into 3 parts, because the response of first workshop was really amazing, and we were not able to accommodate many people for those workshops. So I would want everyone, those who are willing and those who wanted to join, please come forward and join these programs.
And last, not the least, I would like to ask you, Kanchan, that a lot of people feel still in India, it's a taboo to go for mental wellness. They think that, oh no, we don't have any mental problem. Why do you want us to attend these workshops? So can you please clarify and elaborate on this a bit, so that people don't feel that they're only going because there is a specific major issue? It's not
Yeah.
that.
No, this is not at all like a major thing. We are just trying to prepare you. So, when we start eating healthy, when we start going to gym, it is not because we are suffering from any kind of illness, or when
Lovely.
we are actually seriously ill. That's why we have started eating healthy. We eat healthy because we want to be healthy. We go to gym, we work out in any form, whether we eat Zumba, karate, any form of workout, which we enjoy doing that form of workout. Why? Because we want to feel good within ourselves for our physical body. So these kind of workshops are just enhancing how to improve your mental health and how to improve your emotional health. So this is nothing at all, where I am not sick, I should not go. We go to parlors, right? We go for brush makeup, or we go for facials, we go for eyebrows. Why do we go? Are we not beautiful the way we are born? Of course we are. But to enhance it a bit, just to feel good more about ourselves, we go there. And this is absolutely the same thing.
Very, very interesting. And
And sorry for
I'm very
interruption, but
sorry
I
for that
just want to
question, and I'm
say,
sure the audience out here is sorted as well. So it's been a real pleasure and honor hosting both of you, Kanchan and Rajniji, on this wonderful show here, the talk show where we all stay positive, and it's a support positive movement that I've started. And I'm sure the audience is getting benefited. There's a lot of comments which we all can read and benefit from the comments as well as from this talk show on mental wellness. Rajniji, I believe you were saying something. I'm sorry.
I was saying, just to feel good, I have embellished myself so much because, you know, just
And
in
you
two
look
racks, you're
beautiful.
all the time you're in 2 racks. कल भी यही पहन लिया, आज भी यही पहन लिया, परसों भी यही पहन लिया, because you don't have to go anywhere. I thought, well, this is a good time. Madhavi has invited me. I should really do a
And it's so
little bit
nice
of
to see
makeup, do a
you.
little bit of.
You're looking beautiful, Rajni ji. It's so nice to see you
Thank
all
you so
dressed
much.
with a nice jewelry piece. So it's so like it's
Yeah,
just so
this is just to
refreshing.
feel good, because this is how one should make, make use of opportunity. So
Yeah,
this is
that's
one
one
thing. And
way
hi,
of
Jagriti, you have been writing all the time. Hello, Jagriti, how are you?
and one way of just being positive and getting away from the negativity. I see Kanchan also in a lovely red color, which is also a festive color. And let's like little cheer up in the negative situation. Let's try cheer up everybody and still stay cheerful ourselves despite of the pandemic and despite of the crisis that we are going through, we can only try our best and support each other. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful
Thank
evening. It
you.
was a lovely conversation, and hope to
Stay
see more
Thank
people
you.
joining in for the session and staying positive and motivated. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Bye.
Very good, very good.